entrepreneurs, it's AJ, and lately I've been pondering about entrepreneurial culture within an organization. Specifically, how do you build an entrepreneurial culture within your organization? Because we're all focused on innovation and digital transformation, and sometimes it's kind of hard to really, what it comes down to is your people. Your people are your greatest asset. And if you can help them develop this entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurial capability, all of a sudden you have the whole organization moving forward together as one, instead of pulling in different directions and causing a few dramas as you try to roll out amazing strategies and compete with more agile firms. So how do you build a culture of entrepreneurship? I went to have a look at some of the leadership principles of one of the most entrepreneurial companies that I'm aware of, which is Amazon. Now, before you pull out your guns and shoot me for saying they're a great company, hold up a second. Now, I fully acknowledge that they've got issues in their warehouses with regards to their people. There's been certain stories that the way they treat their workers are really bad. And on the other hand, they provide incredible opportunities for their workers to get education. And look, there's evidence to confirm both sides. So what Amazon really need to build is this level of transparency and trust. And a lot of companies need to work on that. But having said that, it still doesn't change the fact that what they've built is truly remarkable. What Jeff Bezos has built from nothing into what it is today, truly amazing. So let's not forget that fact. Anyway, so they've got these 14 principles of leadership. And I was deeply curious about what they are, and they're very entrepreneurial in nature. I won't go into them right now, but one of the things that these principles do not cover is almost like an unwritten philosophy within the company, which I find really weird because it's not written anywhere. It's embedded into the leadership there, and it's quite interesting, but it's not explicitly stated anywhere. So I find that interesting. Anyway, you can go read the 14 principles of leadership on this post, or I'll link it somewhere on this video. But what I wanted to talk to you today is about this philosophy of it's always day one. Okay, and what that means is that Bezos always goes back down to his first day at Amazon, which was basically him. I think it was him and his brother in the garage, and they're packing books, and Jeff has got these gel pads on his knees, and his knees are like, really sore, and he's complaining or whatever. And he turns to his partner or brother or whatever and says, I wish I had more gel pads because then I could do more work. And his partner looks at him and goes, why don't you just get a packing table so we don't have to be on our knees, and just that sort of, and Jeff's like, of course, but that sort of discussion, that collaboration, that raw ideas, and that necessity of having to go out there and hunt for customers, real tribal stuff, hunt for your customers and service them better than anyone else so that they will fall in love with you and continue to buy from you. That is what that philosophy is all about. It's always day one. And when you embrace that philosophy, you get this sense of urgency around your team, and all of a sudden you sort of elevate performance. And I find that really interesting. To give you another example from a completely different world, I'm looking at the backstories of a couple of amazing movies. So one of the most amazing movies is Rocky, the original Rocky with Sylvester Stallone. And we all know, you might not all know, but there's a story of how he filmed that movie. Like he was not given the right budget. No one believed in him. He had to believe in himself. And there's this one sequence where Rocky and Adrian, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch this movie, okay? And just, go watch this movie, okay? So there's this one scene there where Rocky's in the skating rink with his soon-to-be wife. He's dating this woman, Adrian, right? And they're skating around the rink, and, it's just the two of them, and Adrian's on skates, and Rocky's like trying to run on the ice to keep up with her and not fall over, and it's just a beautiful romantic scene. Now, the original scene that Sylvester had in his head was hundreds of people everywhere, right? And just really sort of a full crowd, and it was meant to be a full crowd, and it's just these two people just in love in amongst this sea of people. Except when Sylvester showed up to film the scene, no one else was there. There was only like 4 or 5 people, so they had to rework it on the spot and get the gold out of that scene. And throughout the whole movie, there's all these amazing little snippets like that. Now, why is that movie so amazing? It's because it hadn't had a budget. It didn't have proper resources. It didn't have so many things those big budget movies have. And because of that, they had to be more resourceful in how they delivered outcomes. And for a moment, that is what you should think about for your organization. Why are we trying to build a culture of entrepreneurship? Because it allows us to be more resourceful. It allows us to be more agile and allows us to compete with those exact businesses that are less resourceful but more agile. And that is something really powerful as we move towards this new era of business in the world that we live in today. So check out Amazon's principles, check out Rocky, and make the magic happen for your organization. If I can help you in any way gain clarity or give you a few ideas to take your thinking to new levels, get in touch with me, ajk.global. All right, entrepreneurs, that's me done. Whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. Take care. Hey, it's AJ, and if you like that video, give it a big thumbs up so that it'll help me reach more amazing people like yourself. And check out the other videos on my channel, as there's probably something there that'll help you elevate your thinking. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe.